Okay, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about money and what money actually is. The reason I'm making this video is because I have had a lot of conversations with people, and there's just so much disagreement on what money is, and I think there's a lot of confusion and misinformation about the origin and the purpose and what money actually is. So, I guess in a nutshell, money is a store of labor. That's what it initially starts out as. And you use this store of labor in order to exchange it for other valuable items. So let's take something that has been used as money in the past. We'll take a look at it. This is a silver maple leaf. It's like a special edition one. It's a $2 coin. It's a Canadian coin. 1 ounce. It's like the wolf edition or something. But it's a $2 coin. I don't know if you can make that out. So why, I've had people ask me why silver? Why was silver used as money? Why not iron? Why not nickel? Why not a piece of bronze? What's the difference? And they tell me, Jim, there's no difference between this and the stupid ass doggy coin or whatever that people are trading on the crypto exchanges. There's no difference. There's a limited supply. People just ascribe value to this, and that's what makes it valuable. This piece of silver has no intrinsic worth. And they're wrong. They're completely wrong. And here's why. This piece of silver is rare. It's prior to human beings, all of this was near the surface or beneath the surface of the ground. It takes labor to dig this out of the ground. Hard frickin' labor. Okay, and if someone tells you that cryptocurrency is just as valuable as this, hand them a fucking shovel and tell them to dig a hole 6 feet in the ground. 3 feet in diameter, 6 feet in the ground. And no, that's not a weird, morbid death joke about burying themselves. It's to demonstrate it is freaking hard to get this out of the ground. Very hard. Okay? And prior to industrialization, backhoes, diggers, whatever, augers, everything, all the little goodies we have now that makes this easy, and all the advanced, whatever they use, LiDAR, underground, detection techniques and stuff like that, and GIS and all that good stuff. Prior to that, this was hard to find, hard to get, and then after you got it, it took enormous amounts of heat and pressure in order to get it into a coin form. Okay? So beyond that, what has made this money is durability. Okay? You put a piece of iron out on your porch. Well, maybe not on your porch. Here's a better example. Go to an old barn in your local rural community and go into the barn, and chances are there will be some equipment in there that is covered in rust and completely deteriorated. Why? Why is that? It's because iron oxidizes, steel oxidizes. Most elements in their individual form deteriorate naturally without any intervention. You leave a piece of iron out, it will decay. It will rust within depending on the material, a couple generations, it'll deteriorate into nothing. Whereas, you take silver or gold, it will look more or less the same. You can see this coin has oxidized a little bit, but it's not going to disintegrate. It just isn't. Gold exists by itself, and silver, they don't deteriorate with time like other elements do. So what do we have? We have difficulty of what makes money money is difficulty to obtain. Durability, because why can you store value in it if it's just going to go away? If it's going to become nothing with time. And we have scarcity. Did I say that already? Difficulty to obtain, durability, scarcity. That's what makes money money. Is Doggy Coin difficult to obtain? No. It comes basically out of thin air. It's not scarce. There's an infinite supply. Is it durable? Depends how you look at it. If there was no electricity, for whatever reason, or there's some computer scenario where you can no longer access the internet or whatever, you no longer have access to that. Whereas this requires no electricity. None, ever. It's green. It's a green technology. What was the other one? Hard to get. Doggy Coin, no. Durability, not really. Scarcity, not really. So it's not really money. Silver is money because it's hard to find. It doesn't go away. I mean, and maybe I have a little piece of gold here too. This gold, let's see if you can focus in on this. This gold existed exactly like this underground. Probably for millions of years. Thousands of years, at least. No degradation. And that brings me to kind of the philosophical point behind gold and silver, which is completely overlooked. And I think in today's day and age, anything to do with abstract thinking is spat upon, more or less, by your general population. And what has been the philosophy behind gold is that in the Western traditions, gold was revered as the most brilliant metal for a couple reasons. The color reminded the ancients of the sun. The sun being the giver of life for everything on earth. All the warmth comes from the sun. The daylight comes from the sun. The sunlight hits our skin. It produces vitamins that we don't get except for other food sources. As you can see from my pasty ass skin, I have not gotten much sun yet this year. But the fact remains. The sun is the giver of life, and gold, to them, reminded them of a small piece of that life-giving force. In addition, what else about gold makes it so revered philosophically? It doesn't mix with other metals. You know, in our day and age, group work is overrated. Teamwork is overrated. We're supposed to always be a part of something larger than ourselves, right? But for a long time, people didn't think like this. Americans didn't think like this. There was a lot of emphasis put on the individual because, as part of our religious traditions, the individual is the base unit of a civilization. So all of the rights and responsibilities rested on people as individuals. And you see the effect of the reversal of this thinking. You know, I could digress as far as you want, but things quickly evolve into tribalism when the individual isn't recognized. You see this when, a police officer shot someone. Police officers are bad. Not this man's name, not this one person. Police officers, the group. Think of the group, right? That kind of thinking is complete garbage. It devolves human beings into tribal creatures at alarming rates. And you wouldn't believe how long it took for people to discover the idea that individuals are the base unit of a civilization, not the group. Because if you associate with groups, someone else's actions reflect onto you, even if you don't want them to. You know, you think of it as a team. Well, guess what? When that team turns into a gang, well, then you're a gang member. So, what about gold that represents that ideal is that it doesn't mix with other metals. It's found in the ground by itself. Most other elements are found mixed with other things. You know, and the ancients, or not even ancients, a couple hundred years ago, they would think of these other metals as impure. Whereas gold represented purity. It represented that which needs nothing else. It's sufficient unto itself. That was a value cross-culturally, but specifically in Western culture. The idea that something could stand and needs nothing else to be great. That is a prize. That is something of value. So, I guess the original purpose of this video was to explain why, or explain what money is. Money is labor. In conclusion, money is labor stored in a physical media, and the physical media has to be durable, scarce, and durable, scarce, and what was the other one? Durable, scarce. I don't remember the third one.